a very potent counter pick.
Yes.
Keshi should feel very, very comfortable in the top side, and this is what I was worried about from NIP. They don't end up transitioning to a blindable top laner, and more time up towards the top side to protect his top laner.
Guwon spotted on a ward. Is walking in completely blind here.
Does still have flash. He's going to choose to charge over the wall instead and should be relatively safe. No summoner expended, but Guwon is forced back. Hoya going below half HP as Junhao goes very, very low. Feather keeps him alive. Keshi may not be so lucky. No flash, no exhaust on this Yasuo, and no level 6 to try and recommit either. Nice wind wall, but it does not save Feather from being stunned to the wall and taken down for first blood. Now we'll be able to grab the second top scuttle of the game for himself. Dragon's still available, obviously not the focal point for the last few minutes, but it could start becoming one in the next 2 to 3, as our junglers, at least from the TT side, will be clearing towards bot side. Flash onto Ryan! That was a clean finish by Awesome. He knows his numbers.
Yeah, they kind of bully them off here. I'm wondering if NIP want to re-engage. They still have that pick tool with Guwon's ultimate, but have to be very synergistic when they're going in, as Care is disjointed from the rest of the team.
That's 2, maybe a third going over to Thunder Talk. Level 6 from Keshi as well. Could go for a stylish play on the Yasuo, and is going to start one up onto Guwon, who goes over the wall immediately. Everyone dogpiles onto the Sejuani, while Haru and Care end up going for the 1v1, and it is Haru that wins it. Up towards the top side, Hoya is now being dogpiled on, but he's winning it! One more auto would take out Feather, and yet he will fall, leaving that last Void Grub to Junhao.
So has to rely on that E instead to proc the Blight stacks. And speaking of Blight stacks.
Oh. Sometimes just autoing the Yasuo in the face ends up working. That is a 3-in-1 Varus, by the way, so.
Junhao ahead on the Xin Zhao, but I feel like this Yasuo needs to be getting some form of gold at this point. He was picked specifically to counter the double marksman comp that NIP have gone for here in game 1, and if he's not able to, get that gold, or, actually, I take that back.
I'll be winning every fight. Zhuo's looked very comfortable in the Bard, and he's going to have to look that way again. Because right now, he is unfortunately magically journeying in the wrong direction. Tempered Fate saves his life for a little while. Out goes Guwon to try and save Zhuo's life, but he gets shuffled in by Haru. Zhuo, 1 HP, is walking away in the Bard, and a huge Fate sealed out of Care. Could turn the fight. Keshi turns it around again, though. And it is still a fight somehow going in the favor of NIP. Guwon's one, Zhuo's one. Junhao commits over the wall, finally finding the first kill for Thunder Talk, but NIP will clap right back at him, making it a 2-for-1.
And it's a double kill for Hoya, but it's all set up by Care there. Fate sealed, completely demolishes Thunder Talk in the choke point.
With Feather showing up, Yone still pretty slippery when he's able to engage the fight himself. Ryan gets out of the mid lane, but top side, not such a good news story for Keshi, as it is a triple lane play that happens in just the course of a few minutes. NIP roll through the mid lane, try and make a play onto Ryan, more convincing for NIP than it was in their series just yesterday as well. Almost 5,000, so this objective bounty going to be a welcome pickup for Junhao if he's able to secure it. Dragon has gone down, and NIP shown no interest in trying to quickly contest a Rift Herald, so this should be a clean objective going over to them, while Care is on the precipice of picking up the bot side turret.
Part of the reason why you go for it, right? To collect those plates is, I think, something that you want to do. Ideally, pre-14 minutes is when that is really, really valuable to get a Herald just for the sake of getting the gold. But now we're kind of looking at it to, crush a tower for you to extend that vision line.
Any squishy targets to jump on.
And they don't need a Herald in order to bring down the remaining health on this turret. They've got the double marksman. We said that the sieging power of this comp is just far superior to anything that Thunder Talk have in.
Have to get creative, and that might be with the Rift Herald play on the bot side. Care does jump back with the Soul Unbound, but Rift Herald crash on this bot lane tower, not even going to happen through the Tempered Fate. It is delayed even further by Chi, and a Fate sealed onto 2. Almost takes down Haru. He will fall as Awesome collects the kill and walks forward onto Junhao. Might still be able to lock him up with the help of Zhuo. Magical Journey, not quite available, but TT will be lucky to get away
over Thunder Talk, but that 3-man allowing for an extra kill onto the TT members to go through, and they're super comfortable now. They're onto the top side, and they're just 2-manning the Baron.
They're counter-engaging. Keshi actually ults right on top of Awesome, but again, these magical journeys are so clutch. Exhaust comes down onto Keshi. Awesome is going to go down. And in the meantime, Baron Nashor has fallen. Yeah, I mean, we saw all 3 outer turrets fall pre-20 minutes in the favor of NIP. If they keep playing like this, they might be getting all 3 inner turrets by the time the Baron is done. There is a pick for NIP that happens.
Big decision-making factor that you can put on a lot of teams to decide if their macro is actually in a really good spot is if they decide to rush down the dragons every time off spawn, because NIP, they've got a 7,000 gold lead. They don't have to risk themselves going for things like a soul point so that they are, accelerating the game pace faster than what it actually needs to be, because then you go for a fight at soul point. If you risk losing that, you don't end up getting that soul win condition. You're not putting Thundertalk even in a position where they can take that away from you. Air almost kills you now.
Curtain Call still might do it. One nicely placed bullet needs to be curved, and it will not hit. Ryan absorbing that for Junhao. It is, however, 2 of the 3 inner turrets that have fallen with 42 seconds left on the Baron. I smell a third coming.
Pressure at this point, and I do wonder when that pressure is going to be so much that TT snap and decide to go for a Hail Mary engage. They have to be careful, though, to track where the NIP members are when they actually do decide to pull the trigger, because if it's all 5 of the NIP members, it is a very easy fight for them to win.
Bullet time going to be channeled, but it will not be enough to save Haru.
Plans ever. Like, the mentality of these guys needs to be studied in a lab.
This could be devious.
Yep.
No Tempered Fate now, but that Deadly Flourish is sure going to help. Piercing Arrow. Ooh. Oh my god, it does like 800 damage to Keshi, likely more.
Between each of the rolls, all going up yellow. It's like a Coldplay song. Is now Care.
This is the play.
He's being 1v3'd.
This is the play. They have to pick off Care here. They forced him to use the ultimate, and they can't even touch him. The Tempered Fate is still going to catch Feather, and this Rakan is surely dead. Ninjas in pajamas refuse to lose even a single member.
Yeah, Care doing a really good job at exfiltrating that fight. Fate sealed away, and Thundertalk don't care about the dragon. They're just going to push in the mid wave. They're going straight toward the topside river, but the Drake's already gone. The Soul's already secured. If you wanted to go for some kind of Baron cross map, it's far too late for that Thundertalk.
Yeah, NIP learned their lesson around this yesterday. Better not to delay taking the dragon. Instead, they just sent 2 members for that immediately. It is a full engage onto Guwon, but he is the least squishy member on all of NIP. Now backed up by the entire squad. Care goes for a Fate Sealed. Does not land it, but ends up in the back line. Almost takes down Ryan before being eliminated himself. But the second member of Thundertalk will fall, as it is a double kill picked up for Guwon, a double kill picked up for Hoya, and an ace for the Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yup, and a triple for Hoya at the end of their NIP with the double marksman comp, showing their ingenuity here in game number 1 against Thundertalk. Some fights were close, but it was all NIP from the start. It felt like they had control of the game, and they never gave that up.
Walk it in. They have got absolutely nothing to contend with. It started in their own lanes, but very quickly the jungle became NIPs, the base became NIPs, and now the Nexus belongs to NIP. Feather, the sacrificial lamb, as Keshi walks out to watch this one fall one more time.
I'm a bit worried about this, honestly. This is a very squishy champion, and I have personally been a huge Qiyana jungle naysayer.
Yeah, the Qiyana allows their bot lane to continue pushing up. Likely a trade of Scuttle Crabs as well, though Haru's extended pretty far forward. Care feels confident going for this flash out of Guwon, but the stun's not going to land. Haru still goes low and will still go down for first blood. That going to Care.
Now on NIP and putting them ahead here in game number 2 against Thundertalk.
Hoya feeling pretty good in this matchup as well. Mininar actually steps a little too far forward. No! You could, as soon as that mouse click happened and he went a little too close.
A bit further when he has that active, just because you go for a trade and then immediately bail out. But he's got to be careful of situations like this where he overstays his welcome, because now Guwon is looking for a revisit.
Oh my god, he just gets that. This is another case of somebody just looking extremely comfortable.
You can just actually end up one-shotting that bot lane with that ultimate, so is something to keep in mind for later, as we're in the present, and Haru is getting ganked maybe a third time.
No vision, no problem. Haru walks up, Haru goes down. This is looking like replay
we're
status.
Getting proxied, man. We're getting proxied, man.
Keshi's not gonna die here. Surely he's not gonna die.
I
He
mean,
might die
Hoya's gonna
soon,
get
though.
his spells back up. I don't think Keshi's gonna have his leap. That's a pretty long cooldown.
And he's certainly not going to have Mega. Hoya knows that he's got this in the bag, but one more auto is needed. Hoya will fall to the tower, but I don't mind it.
On the equalized end here, going
But
for
levels.
that 1v1. As, yeah, I mean, the levels are also a pretty relevant piece to the, or pretty relevant factor as well as Junhao. I hesitate to call it a sneak because Thunder Talk had...
Top side now that he's Mega, but missing the Gnar. He's not going to be feeling so hot anymore. Guwon's in position for a gank and will be spotted immediately as Keshi goes into Mini. Doesn't have the opportunity to escape, though, and Guwon flashing on him should be setting up yet another kill. Guwon collects his first of the game, but he has been very active on the ganks with this Kiana.
The two. And most importantly, NIP being able to get that kill will give them priority for the grubs. Now we see a fight on bot lane.
Not going to end up connecting with the hook. NIP now in a rough spot. Feather doesn't have 6 just yet, and actually is going to go quite low. You'd like to finish off these minions to get him access to the XP. Heal's going to go down. In comes a stun. 1 for 1 right now as Feather will fall, but Guwon's shown down to the bot side, and Ryan flashing away just in the nick of time. Still has vision in this brush, but is going to be denied it with the camouflage. Guwon ultimate into the wall. Could still turn this around, but Ryan with the last auto picks up the plus 400. As he paths up top, at least one grub is going to go to Guwon, and that's assuming that Thunder Talk can pull together some sort of contest, remembering that NIP's mid lane and top lane are both gig ahead.
Junhao not going to attempt it, and I can't even blame him. So 3 grubs going to go the way of NIP. They will trade back the objective that
Really wanted to reset for the dragon play, but NIP seemed comfortable giving that up for a kill on the top side. Nothing that this Gnar can do. Hoya and Guwon coordinate to get their top laner even further ahead, and Hoya, raid bossing himself with the phage, is going to get even more problematic.
immediately goes onto the map to try and make plays.
Guwon might get caught here. Junhao wants to find a catch, but instead is going to miss the knockup. The rest of TT on the way, but great death sentence is going to bring Ryan all the closer. Needs to be finished off, and he will be. Guwon completing the assassination mission. Feather will fall next again to Guwon as he picks up another kill, and now Hoya's in the mix. Stunned under the tower onto Haru. Should be claiming his life soon. Last hit going to be picked up by Hoya.
And the top side, and it's night and day. I mean, 1.8k between Hoya and Keshi, 1.8k between Guwon and Junhao, and 1.6k between Karen and Haru. Not even at the 15-minute mark in quick fashion, right? And a lot of people have been saying, well, there's more gold in the game, so naturally the game is ending faster. But I feel like the lack of Otacon has really made it difficult to get turned. As we can see, Hoya wants to enter in on one side. The rest of NIP slow to react, though, so they might actually miss this objective.
They will not get the dragon. They do, however, get a 4-person supreme display of talent. Now with the jungler picked off, Thunder Talk have no business in this pit but to disengage. They will still lose Feather on the way out. They get themselves to Soul Point, but a double kill goes to Care. The question quacks, was it worth it?
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's as worth it as Thunder Talk can make it at this point. You keep a win condition alive, and when you're this far behind, even having a win con, I feel like, is a gift. So they are able to keep that at least alive. Now TT off of respawns are looking for some payback.
A trap Zhuo in here, but insta-flash away by him does make this a little bit more difficult. TT will still commit enough resources to pick up the kill, and don't expend too much more. It is just the flash.
Kind of feels like NIP, again, with how far ahead they are, should have easily been the ones to have control of this river and take that dragon. Now unnecessarily giving Thunder Talk a link back into this game, if you can even call it that, with how far behind they still are. This gold lead is ballooning toward the 9,000 difference here between two teams, Dia.
Bit of an unexpected misplay, however, as Guwon did go down to a combination of
flag
Junhao and
threat.
Keshi, and now Junhao has walked up a little bit too close. The shotguns are going to do enough. Feather knows that he's dead.
This is kind of what Hoya's been doing. When a play is guaranteed, he just immediately says, all right, I'll go onto the other side of the map and apply pressure globally so that way Thunder Talk are split up. And I think TT understanding that, trying to look for a pick, but Hoya understands that they understand. So he is just going to say, you know, you can't trick me. I've played these games before.
Feel the understanding, their understanding of the understanding that he has.
Yup.
And while all that understanding is happening, so many members showing bot side, and IP know what to do.
Yeah, and Keshi. Goodbye, Keshi. That's taken down
It's
now. NIP are
quiet
just
enough
go
that
for
we
Baron.
hear the sound of him falling. Junhao actually goes into the pit! Ill-advised, perhaps?
A little bit, but into the base where they can start to put a bow on this 2-0. And I have to reiterate, we mentioned it a little bit in the pre-show, I believe, before game number 1.
They're on a big engage tool missing. It looks like they can just 4-man force the bot side, and that is exactly what they are going to do. Kare jumps forward, completely unabashed with the Between Worlds, and TT can do nothing about it. Just watch as their inhibitor tower falls, and their support falls with it. Feather got 2-shot.
Yep. Feather, he's getting them ruffled. Thunder Talk now on their last legs. NIP, double inhibitor. They're looking to advance onto the base, but Keshi is now Mega Gnar,
Keshi
so
Mega.
they could look for a fight potentially. This is the kind of time where
Keshi
you
has
have
flash.
to go for. Awesome as Red-White as well.
He has to do it now. Surely Keshi has to go, but he gets interrupted. In goes the big Nard as a 3-man stun, but it does not matter. Red, white, and you have no choice but to fight as NIP take TT into the blender for game number 2.
Into Weibo's comp, but Bloxer, I'm looking at the range that a Ziggs and Jace can provide for setup, and the fact that you've got Satchel Charge and Valkyrie alongside flashes for Honkyu and Gala for this Cataclysm.
Part of the game last time. Right here, on the Jace, you don't get to be inactive.
Yeah.
He has...
Oh boy. JJ walked over a ward to make this blue buff steal. He still gets it. Flag and drag down. Immediate flash from Urha. They get the stun lock through, and the Jace falls flat. JJ may have been spotted going in, but even in CS, but it is given a lot more tempo to Elk to look for resets constantly. As we might have JJ looking for a gank here onto Honkyu. Juja in the area as well, as he's surely looking to get back for that first blood. So dashes forward into the accelerated shock blast. You know what? We're giving him one. It's his birthday. Yeah, that's a little bit of a warning sign. Never want to eat a Dredge Line as the AD carry. Juja smells blood in the water. He's looking for a gank wrap around, another Dredge Line onto Urha. He doesn't have flash up here, so this should just be a free kill. If they can pick it up with one auto, it's a Valkyrie forward for Gala to get it. Nice little response here from JDG down as of late, but I still hold true. This guy understands timing like the best of them in the world. He sees that gank, right? He's like, okay, if Junja looks for that bot play, that likely means he's cleared out his bot side.
Anytime you've got a Scion, that's obviously going to be annoying. And then you've got this Ziggs just to melt through these towers. It really makes up for the fact that the Corki can struggle a little bit. Oh, hang on.
So he's played in,
Vampire,
but wow, the bullet time is disgusting from Elk. He gets, I think, every single shot of that bullet time lands onto Vampire. And now it's going to be the immediate cleanse having to come out from Gala. Urha ticked over to level 6, so the Solar Flare comes out. And the first big showing from our bottom lane since Weibo winning it out. But it's been the junglers making the big effect on the bot side as the accelerated shock blast flash through for Junja. He knows that Elk must fall.
Going on over, that's going to be critical for Weibo. When you're into a composition that can side lane so well, you really do just need to take those away. Otherwise, it will be completely oppressive. Still, the bottom lane is going exactly as we expected. In the individual 2v2, Weibo have JDG's number. They're able to get themselves that initial kill. Absolutely, they do.
Something. Spidey sense.
Oh,
my God. He's no idea. He's like, there's probably 2. Oh, man, there's 3 here. Flash, JJ falls with the Cataclysm, Solar Flare into the bullet time. Oh, it's just a beautiful masterpiece of League of Legends right there. Just how Weibo drew it up from the draft.
Yeah,
I think that's mid-tier 1, no?
Gonna be able to get away. It should be with the satchel. That should just take that down instantly, and that really puts quite the dampener on what was a great play bot lane. You would have been able to get a huge chunk of turret plating in. No, instead, just going to grab that first tower. Honkyu, that's a big injection of gold.
JJ has been the Smite Steal king of the split so far this year. Let's see if he's got another one, but it's going to be Urha that eats a Dredge Line into a Honkyu combo. Urha's already down about half HP. Satchel Charge is going to knock him even further away. He uses the heal with the Dragon far too low, and Weibo aren't going to risk their game on a second Drake, and they're going to give that one over to JDG. The system properly, and then you know that Weibo can't really gamble to go for these early objectives because they can flip the game off of it, as we see Honkyu again just terrorizing the birthday boy on his resets with these Inferno bombs. Dash away from the
Doesn't
turrets.
have it. If he has that ulti right there, I mean, Xiao, who is most likely dead, is just about going to be able to limp away, but that's going to be top lane tower going down as well. That's now 2 full towers that have been fed into Honkyu. That engine is running. Going to be under threat. He's going to take a shock blast to the face with the Rift Tower coming down as well. Zika probably going to have to abandon this tower. He does have support behind him, so it isn't going to be his death, but that's going to be all 3 of the outer towers going down to JDG. Shelly may just get driven towards mid lane.
Too disturbed as a shock blast from Junja's going to have health Arha. Dredge line going to force out the heal as Elk comes back away, but there's going to stop onslaught. Elk's going to get hit by it right in the face. Immediately flashes, but man, Xiaosu's just going to get the kill done all on his own. Re-engage from Zika onto the back line, but the Abessa does not get onto Gala. Vampire's chilling as we do see the public execution re-engage onto the Scion, but these are not the targets that Weibo can afford to dump all their damage into, because now you've unleashed Gala and Junja just waiting for combo after combo to come back up. And the power of that Jace, we already talked about many times about how quickly you can get to these items. One of those items is already Armor Pen here for Junja. So even if you are Arha,
to deal with the rest of the up close and personal damage.
Oh my god, Arha!
Well.
Wow, that Zenith Blade carries him over the wall with Junja's flash. Is the bullet time going to be enough? Yes! Arha, the man we were just talking about. Minutes it feels like. So this is a big edge and a big test for JDG. It's going to be Vampire and Xiaosu that bring home the front line. And how much poke can Honkyu get over this wall? The Baron already down below 7k. Weibo really need to either finish it or turn. They can't really make their minds up. Zika on the back flank is trying to look for Gala, but Vampire's already marked him. He goes after Gala. The Baron is down to about 2.4k as Zika engages onto Vampire. JJ does end up getting the Baron, but is it going to cost Weibo? Xiaosu's going to re-engage with the unstoppable onslaught, but Arha does a really good job blocking it. And Zika, he may end up falling here, but he's pulled so much of Jindong Gaming's attention that the rest of Weibo can walk out with Baron 3 strong. Because they still haven't knocked down a turret. We are 26 minutes into the game and they have not taken a single turret. So,
hey, that
hoping
means
that those 3... Oh, all right! There we go. Xiaohu finds Vampire way out of position.
Coming on through for Weibo, but they finally turn it up.
Here we go.
There we go. It's going to be the first tower of the game right here.
Yeah!
Falling for Elk. This Baron play. They are beginning to cut that deficit that they've had to JDG for a while. A second tower is now going to fall.
4-1, they're going to go after Xiaohu, but he does a really nice little shuffle.
Drifting.
Xiaosu is going to chase him down, force the flash with that decimating smash. But all this attention bot side means that Weibo's Baron power play is taking out every single tier 1 turret standing. We have Xiaosu with that big shield trying to hold the front line as JJ is burning down onto the dragon now. JDG, they're going to have to go in to see if they go for a smite fight. Does Junja have it in him? He's not even really going to be able to look for it. The Sand Soldier over the wall from Xiaohu is just going to secure the dragon. Zika's looking for a flank off to the side. Holding on to that public execution. The Hex Drinker, he is 3 items though with that Death's Dance. So this Ambessa's ready to fight. Really everybody on this map is ready to brawl item-wise. And JJ's looking. RL's going to flash onto Vampire for the stun, but Elk is just going to get hit by a depth charge. Gala is going forward with Xiaosu. But the public execution with the Zenith Blade comes through. But Gala flashes right on top of Elk and one-shots him. He's kiting back. He will end up falling, but they've gotten rid of Elk. How much more can JDG get here as the range is starting to come through? But they've already lost Vampire. Xiaosu is very, very tanky, but his limits are certainly being tested here as he has to rely on his 2 range carries to allow him out, but the chase is on. The Rallies from Xiaohu getting so much value. Soul Furnace, decimating smash turn. Xiaosu will finally fall, and Weibo have another opening for the second Baron of the game. All right, he sees it's at about 10k before the vision gets flushed out. There's one shock blast going to throw a big pick ward in, 5k. Weibo, there's no reason to flip this. Instead, Xiaohu's gonna flash Emperor's Shove, Honkyu right into all of Weibo. Junja flashes into the pit, but Weibo did such a good job coming off the Baron, so there's no threat of a steal. It does end up resetting to about 11k, but with no Honkyu, Weibo should finally be able to secure this. Junja's coming over. Public execute from Zika over the wall as the Baron is secured. He's into a 1 versus 3, but it's going to work out because the rest of the Weibo comes right over the wall with the power of Elk, eviscerates 2 more Jindong Gaming members.
His team fight, and they're going to lose dearly for it.
There's one tier 2 turret down. Just a pretty neutral spot. So the Baron for now, not a big punishment. Oh, the Scrying Orb does spot Xiaozu, goes after Elk, who's able to strike his way out. Bullet time turn is just going to hit onto Vampire, but it might just take him out into Will. And on top of that, you get the Solar Flare to land onto Xiaozu. Execution grabs onto Hongyu, but it was Xiaohu who threw him up into the air. What a play from the General as he goes into the stasis to finish off the fight in style. No dragon needed. Weibo still have JDG's number, and they're going to take a 1-0 series lead.
A clean ace right here, Baron buff in hand. This game is done. And Weibo, why are they so good into JDG? Well, JJ's been playing out his mind, and Elk has been on point right here with the bullet times. Every time JDG want to go in, they just get cut down.
And what did we talk about in the pre-show has really helped Weibo kick things up a gear? It's not Xiaohu having to play perfect, but when it comes to crunch time,
oh yeah,
he makes the game-winning plays. Weibo have themselves a series lead. Pretty scrutinized Vampire a lot of the time. I have to give him his flowers. His Bard was so sus last year, and the Bard game he played, Game 3 against BLG, was you could have taken nameplates off, and I would have guessed a support that starts with the letter K. Bottom lane has good push, and the Ornn matchup is still tough into the Renekton, so JJ has a lot of room to look for things like this. Pantheon Flash, immediate stun into the Scatter of the Week. Oh, that is artistry of League of Legends right there from JJ and Xiaohu.
Could potentially look top lane right now. I mean, Zika is very pushed up. Maybe Xiaohu going to be the focus instead.
Oh, he waits for him to use all of his cooldowns. Really smart timing there from Junja, and he's going to earn the kill. Xiaohu tried to clear out the wave, but there's the first really good paranoia that JDG needed. Weibo in this series is JDG are going to get their good looks. They're going to get some kills, but Weibo have always found somewhat of an answer on the back end of it, as the Dragon will go over for JJ. There's no paranoia up. JDG are still going to look to fight here. There's the stun, grabs onto JJ, and he's going to have to pay the price for that Dragon. Portal over, which Gala transcended. He's looking to chase down Arha. Good dodge of the Arc of Ruin.
First objective for themselves. They're going to have resets coming on through as well, spend their gold, and come back out onto the map at the point at which the grubs are available. Play onto Hongyu.
Well, here's how you come out back onto the map in style.
Yeah.
JJ, Grand Starfall, and both mid laners without Flash have effectively been punished now.
And this is really nice to see. You don't necessarily have the strongest of split pushing compositions. The Renekton's good on the side lane, but nothing else is really going to be pushing its way through there. But at the point at which you are actually hitting towers with this composition, you're now going to be able to shred through them that much easier.
Oh, here comes the Ornhorn though. Xiaozu
is
going to sacrifice himself for the grubs. You know what? That is a selfless play out of the out of one of the captains of Weibo.
Walking on down towards him.
Yeah, and Paranoia was 10 seconds out, and now just comes up. The Shockwave really well timed there from Hongyu. There was no way for JJ to even react to it. The timing of that cast, perfect. And Junja has the third kill of the game. Our junglers with nearly every single kill through the early game. Despite how different this game does field block, so I do agree with you, we are reaching a crossroad that is very eerily similar of Game 1. With the second Drake up for Weibo. Oh, hold on, here we go. Shockwave, Paranoia, it's way too easy. Elk, no way to react, and now the Fear's going to come down. JJ's going to re-engage here with the Starfall. Oh my god, Arha, does he actually get out of this?
No way.
The Q, the Arc of Ruin, it has to be Gala flashing forward to find it, but he does pick up the double kill. Huge gold influx back over to the Pentakill Prince.
Junja and Hongyu, they've now landed that combo instantly twice, and I think the thing that's most impressive about that is the fact that they get it off before Arha has even a chance to pop the ulti.
So I really want to see them still looking for Shockwave after Shockwave, and right on cue.
Oh my
I mean,
Lord.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What do you do in this situation as Weibo? Go and assassinate the champion nearby. Gala? Holy.
Walk him down. Oh my lord, the transcendent form now with that Kraken Slayer completed is nothing to be scoffed at. And we talk about the Nocturne Orianna combo as like a one-shot. Right now, oh my god, do it again. Yeah, why not? See you later, Elk. Oh, and even turn the turret off.
Turn the tower off.
Even if that didn't one-shot Elk, like he didn't have anywhere to hide. This is just rinse and repeat from JDG. Weibo have no answer.
In solo queue, you have typed FF15. You've probably already FF'd this game. This is so miserable to play into. Now Zika gonna be jumped underneath this tower. Driver's license will be removed from Junja. Yeah, you're still going to be able to get yourself this tower, not the end of the world. And on the cross map, Xiaohu going to be able to grab himself a couple of turret plates over on the top side, but he can't stick around for too long because
Yunara, I would say, in a game state, so they will be able to compete, but the timer is really ticking for them, especially now that JG can take whatever they want on the map for at least the next couple of minutes.
Weak as well, another potential options for pushing people away and just buying that little bit of breathing space.
Oh, no.
I just worry for the longevity of some of these champions.
Oh, all right. Well, that's
doesn't
why he bought the Arm Guard, but he's still going to end up dying here. Unleashed Power
Oh,
Scout.
wait,
Hold
no.
on.
Never
Sounds
mind.
can actually outplay. Great Starfall comes across. The Temper Fate is late. Honkyu's going to go down here. JJ to the rescue. Sounds the first one to TP back in, though. Call of the Horn will come back out. But now Elk has arrived. All of Weibo's here, and they're on the hunt for more kills. This is a Bard game in a big spot nonetheless. For now, though, we see JDG starting to overload onto this top side. Zika wants to protect this tier 1 turret, and boy, is he... I mean, I thought he was going to be a lot more punished for it. They're going to let him walk out and just take the turret as 4 strong.
As JDG there, you know you've got quite a few members. Going to show restraint around a dragon and give this one up. That does give Soul point over to JDG as well. Still, they're going to be able to go take full resets and head towards the top side of the map and start setting up around this
At that
objective.
point, what can they get done in the time, though? Well, right now it's going to be the Shockwave Orianna combo onto Zika. He pops the Dominus, gets the Sterex shield, but the Fear autos from Junja should be enough to even get down the big bad Croc.
They can play a different style of game, and the fact they have to back off so far is going to cost them this mid lane tower as well. You see huge build up of the crystals means this one will just fall, and that unlocks this mid lane so much for Weibo.
Paranoia is back and available already, and Zika, I was going to say, could be the threat. There's no Shockwave for the big damage, but with the speed up, Junja will be able to get the Fear down. Can Southsu start to stack any of the CC as Honky has joined the fray? Should be enough with the Shockwave, and Zika should be just picked off on this side. Another overextension from the Weibo top laner. Let's see if... Okay, so we have the LDR done for Elk. He has 3 items. He can front to back decently effective. Oh, there's the Shockwave combo. They're going after... Oh! And boy, does he get blown up as that Enchanter. They get the Horn knock him as well into JJ. He does have the GA completed, though. Get back onto Elk for that good Misfortune performance as the Shockwave's up, and they do go after Elk. He tries to flash. He does get the Wild Growth this time. How did JDG look without the Shockwave? Temper Fate onto the background of 2. Gala trying to flank in. He's going to TP. Gala's going to transcend and cleanse away the Scatter the Weak. Gala is ripping this fight from back to front, all on his own. The TP from Zika was too late, and the Pantheon will fall next. Finally, JDG break open a traditional team fight, and they'll wipe down Weibo with a nearly clean ace.
I love the way that they're able to play that one out. As we were talking about, right, Gala is in a spot to completely take over, and take over he does. They're going to be able to pick themselves up this Hextech Soul on the way up towards the Baron. And there's very little that Weibo are going to be able to do. 20, 30 seconds on some of these death timers.
Combo on the objectives, and finally it feels like JDG will find the last team they don't have a win over, and this team fight might have sealed it.
The Sivir always going to give you a ton of wave clear, which is nice, but I mean, Gala steps up and auto-attacks him once.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that wasn't even the Fiend Hunter
transcended.
bolts.
Nope.
Nope.
That's a straight-up murk.
That was a straight-up crit auto. All right. Oh, my God. See who's looking for Gala, though. It's a Transcend dash away. The Temper Fate is going to grab onto Gala, but in the background, Junja has executed Elk as they dive under the
Gala
turret.
wins this.
Gala, positioning-wise, once again, premier in the LPL. The General thought he had an angle to knock down the big bad Gala, but instead he lives, and JDG turned into an ace and their first win over Weibo to force us to a do-or-die Game 3.
JDG, it looked good from the start, and they never let it go. Nocturne, Orianna, the combo of dreams in this game. Weibo, they just never got a foothold in this one. We get a game number 3, Slayer. Let's go.
It was a rough loss in Game 1 that could really spiral a lot of teams.
Whereas for JDG, they've got so much extra lockdown that they can put on through, especially now with this Nami, the bubble, the wave, those are going to be very annoying for a composition that has to just run at you. There's not really another way for Weibo to engage a teamfight other than sprint at you, hope you stand extra wall.
So,
yeah.
Again, I really want to call back to what Elk was able to do in some huge Game 5s of big postseason matchups with On to find wins on this very combo, running over lanes as we get to play my favorite game, top laner, Ultimate Chicken. But my God, Zika, the damage is ludicrous. He finds First Blood bot side. It's just flashes galore coming out here. Urha trades out Vampire, Elk dead though to Junja.
I mean, all of the different lanes at this point, we get to see what it was that was exciting right there. Yeah, with that level 6 in the upgrade, Smite Junja just going to be able to grab himself that Drake and move back on out of there. Weibo going to start up these grubs. Not sure if they're going to be able to grab all of them. Yeah, should be able to. Doesn't look like Junja's going to try for anything there. Instead, we've got some pretty aggressive pings going down towards the bottom side of the map. Honky potentially looking for something. He will be spotted on a ward, though.
Junja on the top side is going to smite steal from JJ onto one. That's the win that they're looking for. The Flash Frost is going to land into the Glacial Storm.
The full rotation, and you don't have to lose out onto too much, just a flash and a heal.
Here comes Junja in the fog. Yep, going to flash to get the cease and desist down into
boy.
the Tidal Wave knockup and the culling. That was phenomenal, JDG. 2 kills with a snap of their fingers.
Needed things going well for them early game ahead.
Yeah, not to rub salt in the wound of the region here. Well, actually, I can because I'm also support games in the short window of time he had with Weibo, but I assume he hadn't. So to make that call and then fall flat like this is pretty bad, but there's a flash heroic charge into a beautiful combo coming out from Xiaohu. The egg form not to save Hongq, and JJ says, hold on a minute. Effective Xiaosu being able to match into either solo lane because they're both AP as a Kanik. Like, nobody's killing. Neither of them are going to kill him on his own. There's no real threat there. And
Gold. We have yet to see a proper fight come through with multiple members. Instead, we're just going to get another gank, another dive.
All right, so the Equalizer does some good early damage, but JJ just patiently waits for the wave to come up, and no Hongq egg to save him this time. They're jockeying already for the Dragon's attention.
Still, I like what JDG is doing. They're just going to push their way through the mid lane. You can't hold this tower with just Elk. He doesn't have the wave clear. He doesn't have the threat.
Strike double tap takes 40% of Elk's HP bar out here, and now Weibo, I don't know if he really can make this work. Junja's just going to smite secure the Dragon nonetheless. Keeper's Verdict is going to punt out Junja. They are going to turn on the Xiaosu. He goes all out, but he kind of works right back into Weibo. Flashes, Equalizer comes down. That's a great tidal wave from Vampire, though. GDG looking to disengage. Take a look at a flash on top of Gala. Clench flash out of Gala will get him out. Weibo desperately want to claim some of these kills. They keep up the chase. They're unrelenting. JJ.
Boy.
He's chowing down on the culling for now, but I think he's full.
Yeah, I mean, you're very close to dying to that, right? Second item coming through, that's going to be impressive. Well, with those heroic charges, but you can't rely on that as your only true engage tool.
So, uphill battle nonetheless here for Weibo. And they've got to find a window for one of these picks with the Elysaur. Dashing forward to get a culling onto Arhan Zika. Doesn't get a ton of innate value, and Weibo are just going to try and charge down this dragon. There's the Keeper's Verdict. It's going to punt out Hongq. 5 versus 4. Can Junja get into the pit? That's a big cocoon. I don't think he can find it. Cloud Soul has been stalled by Weibo. Can they get out, though? Because the fight will not look clean. Gala going to dash forward. Equalizer onto the back line. Hongq eats a chunk of it.
Gala.
Zika gets knocked down very, very low from Gala. There's Season Assist engage, but there's the heroic charge into his own wall. Junja can get himself out as Gala finds 1 kill. Gala finds 2 kills off to the top side of the fight. It's the team fight maestro of the LPL to once again give JDG the edge they need. Elk will find 1 trade back onto Xiaosu, but none else left to find here as Weibo scatter into the wind. Yeah, and they're opening up so much space for Gala to really do what he does best and find those aggressive dashes forward. But Gala overstepping here is going to get caught by JJ. He's going to cleanse the first knockup. Keeper's Verdict comes across. The tidal wave isn't enough. Gala's picked off, opening to Weibo. How much more can they get? Equalizer down. Recall comes across for Arha as he repels on top of Vampire. 2 kills for Weibo, and now they've got to go all out for the Baron here.
I mean, when we're talking about ways to get back into this game, we should have expected that one of them could potentially be Gala overstepping, feeling overly confident. You've got that 4v5 situation, 3v5 situation now to try to deal with. Still, Jungler is available for Junja. He can try smite this away.
JJ has been one of the best smiting junglers we have in the LPL this split. Can Junja do what feels like the unthinkable? He is not spotted. He is going to get a good shot at this.
Oh, he missed.
Do they come off? Oh, he doesn't go over the wall. He wants to go after Elk instead. Cease and desist, but Junja, you went too early. Weibo patiently waited out, and they don't even reset the Baron. So now it has to be the solo lanes, and Xiaosu is in the all-out, but he's lost all of his resistances, and that means Xiaohu can take him down. It's only Hongq left, but he's zoned away. Weibo get the Baron onto all 5 and flip this game 3 on its head.
It's going to be one final kill. Arha is going to die.
I think maybe they had vision on Junja, so the steal would have been a tough spot. But regardless, that's all in the past now. Weibo have bought themselves such valuable time to collect a lot of gold. And where I want to really point out the value of that...
Gone from JDG now.
Oh, they see it. They're going after Hongq. He has to flash, and Seraph Shield comes down. Sika, you have to time this very well. He's going to go after Gala with the flick. He's fully overheated.
He's done it.
Over the wall to find the crit shot. Gala goes down. Junja's caught as well. Weibo refused to quit on this series.
And Slayer, this is now twice in a row that JDG have gone for the soul and been unable to claim it.
And they're losing even more gold off the back of it. This Baron power play ticks over to a 3.5k gold swing. Do some really heavy lifting, and Weibo can still have a real shot now at the best birthday present they could give the General, a series win on his special day.
And we talk a lot, right, about how...
HP, he has teleport, he has the advanced recall. He now needs to get back into this fight as soon as possible.
Oh, I love this. I really like the side of JDG. They see that, so they just head straight up towards the top side of the map.
God.
And right now, Xiaohu is going to try to take himself down that Cloud Drake. He's now going to be late to this. No, he's just going to have to turn tail and run.
Yeah, he's after sprinting back up. JJ's getting chunked. Hongq doing so good. Zoning with the Glacial Storm, getting this chip damage that's slowly going to start to hurt. JJ, can you get into this pit? There's the equalizer down. Hongq has to flash out. Keeper's Verdict engaged.
Oh, Xiaohu!
Pitted. Xiaohu's going to go after and cut down a huge carry. Gala falls to the birthday boy who makes the play to maybe win this series here for Weibo. JJ going to flash after Vampire to try and find this last kill. With only Junja up and remaining, Baron be damned. Weibo might find this series win here. Vampire's doing a good job stalling, but Weibo, they're going right down the mid lane, and they have Junja cornered. Zika flashing after him. He does get away for now, but these death timers might just be too long for JDG to save this series.
They've done it. They've turned this back around. That's the benefit of a snake with boots. And they're going to be able to take down JDG once again. One Nexus Tower falls. The second does as well. And a final Keeper's Verdict will close the series out.
What a series. What a statement win there for Weibo.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.